welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Make yourself comfortable. See how we look. Oh yeah, there you are.
Handsome as ever.
Yep, you looking? Yeah, yeah, I like it. Okay, so we're live on Facebook there, and then we're live. Oh, this is perfect. On TikTok here, we've got a viewer there. We'll get the viewers there. Here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah, you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'll do my quick intro. Welcome everyone to Deep Dive with Dr. D, and you are the first episode in what will be season 3. I started this in January, first part of the year, and I really don't have any specific system for when I start a new season because there's, I just kind of did this, but I decided it's time to flip the page. So
I'm episode 1.
Episode 1, season 3.
Started off with a bang then.
Yeah, yeah. So there we go. Okay, shameless plug for my book. Have I given you a copy of this?
I have not got a copy.
You will leave with this today.
All right.
All right, so this will be Justin's copy. If you haven't gotten a copy yet, there is Grit Over Shame. I call it the short story of the wild ride of my life. And it's an easy, quick read. And so that's yours. If I become famous, you can say, hey.
That's something to fall back on.
Yeah. 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 I like it. So there you go. And you can, of course, this podcast is available wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple or Spotify or any other streaming source. And I also post the video vlog. I don't know what they call video podcasts, maybe video podcasts, but this goes on YouTube.
Just go video.
Yeah. So this will be on YouTube forever.
All right.
Yeah. Did you shower today?
I did shower today.
You look good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, he said that at the beginning.
That's just for you.
Yeah, good. Okay, so let's get started, and let's do an intro of you. Tell the world. So I always like to say when I have a guest, you and me know each other. Your friends and family who are watching this in Ellensburg and Kittitas County know you, but thinking that this is going out to the world, what do you want the people to know about you? Who are you?
Well, my name is Justin Peterson. I am a father of 2. I have a 16-year-old boy, Memphis, and a 13-year-old daughter, and they are my heart. They are 100% my heart, and the things of why I do what I do today.
That gave me a quick memory. I want you to continue. I remember when I first met you, you talked about that really wanting to bring that relationship back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So go ahead.
And I was born and raised right here in born in Ellensburg, raised in Cleon, but basically Kittitas County. Started working with Peers Rising, formerly KCRCO, about a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit more.
Feels like a long time ago.
I know I'm going on. It'll be 2 years in January.
Okay.
But, and I became a CPC, and now, I'm managing the new Yakima office.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And I guess another important thing is I'm a recovering addict. I'm in recovery. So
yeah, and you just went over 3 years.
Yeah, just had it.
Wow.
Yep.
Had you? I don't know if I've ever asked you. What's the longest you've had in recovery prior to this 3 years? What was the longest?
Oh God. Without jail?
Either or. I think both are applicable. It takes what it takes.
I would say the longest stint I've ever had was probably 90 days.
Really? Wow.
Probably 90 days.
So this is huge. Like sitting here 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Something that I didn't think was ever reachable.
Yeah. Super cool. Your one child's name Memphis.
Memphis.
Where? How did you guys come up with the name Memphis?
So
that's cool.
When I was kind of a story, but I met somebody in treatment a long time ago. It was back in 2007, I think it was, and we became quite close.
Okay.
And he was from Memphis.
Okay.
And that's where I kind of got that name. We were kept in touch through us both getting out, and he actually got killed in a drive-by shooting when he went back to
God.
Memphis. So
Oh God. Okay.
kind of named him after.
Just wanted to honor him.
Kind of, yeah, a little bit.
name,
We
yeah.
got pretty close when we were in treatment,
Yeah.
and that's where I kind of came up with the name. And I was like,
Cool.
you know, and it just sounds cool too.
That's a great name.
You
Yeah.
know?
It's super cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to call her a young lady, but she's not a young lady. She lives here in Ellensburg. I've known her forever. Her name's Nevada.
Nevada.
You know, so when you have unique names like that, it's always I always call her Arizona or Texas. So so thank you for the intro. And for everyone to know, I've known you for just probably 3.5 years ish.
3, yeah. I would say almost say maybe 4.
Yeah.
Maybe 4.
Yeah.
I think we were.
Where did we first meet?
Where we first meet?
Was it at Tacos?
It was at Tacos.
Okay, it was at Tacos. So I remember, and this is like the KCRCO. I'm not sure if we had the building yet.
You guys had the building.
We did.
You guys did have the
Okay,
building.
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We would have, yeah. But it was brand new.
Brand new.
So when you and I first met through, do you mind if I say?
No.
Yeah. So I still to this day have a strong working relationship with a lot of entities, one of them being local law enforcement. And I remember getting a call and saying, hey, we got this guy. And they thought, you know, would you be willing to sit down and talk with him? And we'll buy you lunch and it'll be tacos. So they got me with the tacos and to meet a guy and say, hey, they really believe that he wanted to just kind of turn things around. And I'm like, yeah, let's meet. So that's where we first met.
Yep.
And I remember first meeting you. And then it was a little bit and you came to the KCRCO.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Came to the KCRCO. KCRCO actually, you have been such a huge impact in my recovery that you're the kind of the, you know, like the first person that kind of showed me hope a little bit. But you guys put me up in a motel.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
yes. Motel 6?
Motel 6.
Yeah.
For like
3
weeks or something.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, and then your son also, big part. You know, you guys didn't even know me, and here's your son offering me a place to stay at his house.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know?
Yeah.
And that was, there's just no way somebody can thank somebody for that.
Yeah.
But, I just didn't have it in me yet. We
know
it happened.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But.
So it took a little bit.
Yeah.
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 Because I remember you came, were we having a meeting or something the day you came back to the KCRCO and you walked in? Was it you and me that took a walk to Fred Meyer?
Yeah.
To get you some shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's always been a thing for me. I go way back to when my sister bailed me out of jail in the mid-90s and she bought me a pair of shoes. And so I remember you came in and I looked at your feet. And that for me was just an opportunity. One, to say, hey, let's go for a walk and let's get you some shoes. And that's where our relationship it kind of started before because we met, but it was cemented there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You not only did that, but, you hooked me up with John that was working with Tatina.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's right. We got you a job like that day.
Yeah. Literally
Yes.
It was on a Friday and that Monday I started at Tatina.
Yes.
And
John
and
loves
that's
you.
where it came into play. Like, I remember I got off work on Monday, and you're like, "Where are you at?" And I was like, "I was down here at the skate park, laying down on the skate park because I was homeless at the time."
Oh wow!
And you're like, "Have you eaten?" And I said, "Well, John, John gave me something to eat, but you're like, I'm on my way. I'm gonna bring you some food."
Yeah.
And from there, you're like, let's see if we can't get you into a motel tonight.
Place to stay.
We went down to motel or Super 8. They don't allow locals to stay there.
Yeah, that was yeah.
And we went to Motel 6, and then after that, it continued. And you were like, okay, so just go to work. I'll check in with you daily. As long as you're going to work, I'll keep you in the motel. That's the way it was played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's it's such a great. It fills my heart. And I think it's the thing in recovery when we're able to give back in a way that just, for me, like my sister, I always go back to my sister, but there were so many people who were willing to, lend help in a way that is just like, hey, here's some help. And there was, I hope I sent the message that like there's some boundaries with it, but do your thing, and we'll do what we can. So yeah, super cool. So let's do this. Let's go to a question. I think we could talk all day about just that journey, but I think these questions will help us describe it in a different way. Anyway, okay, good.
Let's up to it.
Yeah. So when you think back to the season, we kind of laugh, multiple seasons. Right? Seasons, yeah, of despair you came out of. Because you also had a nickname.
Yeah.
It's gone now.
Yeah.
But you were known by...
Cheeser.
By law enforcement, by everyone in the community. That was your identity.
Yeah, it really was.
It's gone.
It's gone.
But, and I didn't, that was interesting. So when you're thinking about that time and spaces, what was the turning point that helped you believe hope was possible?
That hope was possible.
Yeah.
Just coming from where I came from, where I was a person with, destruction, selfishness, ungrateful, angry, depressed. But it wasn't until I met you that somebody that doesn't even know me can show me love. You weren't any part of my family. You weren't any part of my friends. Like you, as just a person in the community, came and was like, what can I do for you? And that was a big turning point for me, and, like I said, I didn't work out at first. I had another situation happen. And from my other situation that happened with me, it pushed me forward to getting into treatment. And from into treatment, I didn't think I was going to make it into treatment. Like, I think I was there. I think I almost left like 3 days in. I didn't understand what they were trying to say. I didn't understand what they were trying to do. That mentality of just like, I don't know, like feeling lost because, I never worked. I've never done assignments. I've never,
Was that your first treatment?
No, that was...
So you've been to treatment before. What was
times.
Different about that time, you think?
Because when I went to treatment, I guess I put myself in there.
Okay.
I did it willingly myself this time. I didn't know if it was going to stick. Not at all. It wasn't until like 2 weeks in that it started clicking with me, and I can remember making, I call my kids, and I remember talking to my son for like, I don't know, it was the longest conversation we've ever had.
Wow. How old is he?
He's 16 now.
Wow.
So he was 13 at the time, and it was crazy because I even told my, the kid's mom, my ex-wife, Sam, I was like, that was like the longest conversation we've ever had.
So that was a turning point.
That was a huge turning point. And then just the guys inside the treatment center, I've told my truth in there, and I was accepted. There's, but going through and working on the things, you go into treatment like I know what I need to work on. Yeah. Like that's what that's what you think you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But working on the things that they wanted me to work on and just applying myself and wanting it, and then getting those 30 days, I left treatment crying. Like I was just like, I tried to ask for extra days. My counselor got me, I think, was 2 extra days, but that's all they could do because of the insurance. Yeah. And it wasn't until, like I said, it wasn't after that when I got out, I had some things hanging over my head. I had so I got into behavioral health court. And through behavioral health court, it really structured me. It got me, I was going to IOP, I was going to OP, doing the court thing. And it really structured my life to where I was able to keep moving forward. They got me into comprehensive, which is huge. That's how I actually got the paperwork for becoming a CPC into peer support. Is from my counselor. She says, "Have you ever thought about this?" And I was like, "No,
not in my wheelhouse."
No, not even, and it was on that's on my 5-year plan. That was on my 5-year plan after getting done with merit. Was becoming a CPC. And it wasn't a year later that it happened.
Yeah. Super cool. So a couple things, just things I think of, and I appreciate you saying that I was integral in your process. But I would almost argue there were others too.
Yeah, Brandy.
Right? Brandy, but even
home.
for sure, before law enforcement, because we hear a lot about law enforcement, they just want to put people in jail, but if it wasn't for them calling me, you and me might not have met.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, and then just thinking about all the different tentacles, but so for sure. Really cool. So yeah, you had some follow-up you wanted to say.
Yes. Yeah. I would like to say a big shout out to my kids' mom for allowing me back in her space, allowing me into their home.
Yeah.
She did not have to do any of that. Mm-hmm. That's the woman I put through hell. And she allows me to move forward, with the process of being in recovery and being able to make that relationship with my kids again, and I appreciate it more than, she probably even knows. So
yeah, you've talked about that, and I think that's huge. You live with your ex, right? Under the same roof.
Yeah.
And you guys co-parent your kids.
Absolutely.
How beautiful is that?
It's amazing.
I'm sure it's not perfect, right?
No.
I'm sure it's got some problems, but you guys do it. Me and Tyler just had a talk, and I was saying to him that I've always admired him, and we both kind of have this, but I watch him, with his exes, he's got a couple, how he manages those relationships in a healthy way. And I say that same thing to you, and that's a powerful thing, and it really models to your kids some pretty powerful things, right? Yeah. So good for you too. But for sure, I appreciate that you give her that shout out. It makes me think of Tyler's now mom who passed. She was one when I was, in my crazy mid-90s, who, while for sure she had boundaries with me, she was also one of the people that never gave up on me. Mm-hmm. And I'm hearing you say that, with your ex. So really cool. Okay, so let's this will be good. This is good. The next question. This will be really good. You first walked through the doors of the nonprofit you now work for seeking support. Now you're running one of the offices and helping others. What does that full circle journey mean to you?
I've been thinking about this one, and there's really no words for it, I work at the same place that helped me in my start, and now I get to be able to give back to the people, or, we don't like to say people, but our peers.
Yeah.
And we like to, and it's just the greatest feeling in the world. When you watch the transformation, like you kind of got to see my transformation, there's nothing in the world that can beat that feeling. You're becoming part of their story. You're becoming their part of their success.
That conduit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the growth and watching people, and it's amazing. And, and you couldn't have left the KCRCO in better hands with Brandy, honestly. Like, she is amazing boss. We have an amazing team. But it's really everything. Like, we're engaged in a lot of different things in the community. But the feeling I get just being able to be a part of it and bringing it down to Yakima.
Yeah.
We have it, we have it up in Cleon, we have it in Kittitas. And it's just an amazing feeling overall. Like, there's really no words that can really describe it. It just gives me chills. Like, just being able to be a part of it and, watching it grow. And, it's amazing feeling.
Yeah.
There's really I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Because, I'm very passionate about it.
So, this is that part where Brandy, because you got hired after I had stepped away.
Yes.
And I remember when she said she was hiring you, I'm like, oh yeah, this is gold. And I watch from afar now, and it's beautiful to see what's happening. We talked about Yakima early on, as something down the road. And I remember when Brandy said, yeah, the state's asked us to, I'm like, oh yeah, and it's beautiful. So when you, when you see someone come in the doors, I'm sure this has happened in Ellensburg, maybe already in Yakima, what's your approach when you see someone come in the doors for the first time and it's you greeting them or interacting with them?
Just start out with a simple, how you doing? And that's the thing about, coming in our doors. You don't have to talk to us. You don't have to say anything to us.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to go over there, get a cup of coffee, walk out.
Yeah.
But by them coming in and just seeing okay, this is kind of different. But when they go get their food, they go get their snacks, they're out the door. But then when they come back in maybe 2 or 3 times later, and it's still, hey, how are you?
Aren't we, when you first came in, we're kind of checking things out, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Do I got to fill out a bunch of paperwork?
No.
Is there a catch? What's the catch? Right?
Yeah. What do you guys want from me?
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is different from our organization is we don't want nothing from you. We don't want anything. We want to. Only thing we want to know is what service we can bring.
How can we support
or what resource we can.
Yeah.
Where are you at today?
So that's what you do.
Yeah.
And what do you see happen with that approach?
They come in, they get a little lighter. They get a little lighter. There's not that wall up when they first walk in. And you see hey, can I use the computer? Absolutely, bud. Go ahead.
A little hesitant. Hey, can I use that?
Yeah. And you're just there for them. That's what we're there for, is for them. It doesn't matter what's going on around us. It's like, how can we best support this person right now in their need?
Yeah.
And where do we go?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no, and that's what I love about it. There's no, make an appointment. It's you come off the street or wherever you're coming from, and you get what you need. To make yourself better and be able to be supported.
Yeah. That's awesome. Hey, do this, and then I'll take a little recording break to make sure we're capturing all this, because this is really good stuff. Talk about Peers Rising for those who know nothing about Peers Rising.
All right. So Peers Rising is, we are resources and referrals. We have multiple peer supports in the office. But it's a place where you can come as you are, and we'll meet you where you're at. We don't expect you to be anywhere, but it's somewhere where you can come get those resources. If you need help with, getting to court, if you need help getting into treatment, come in, see us, get a gas card.
Sure.
If you're needing help with, resumes building, we also have lunch and learns, where other network partners come in and they are able to, teach not only us, but the community. We have it open to all the community. So, it's really just about peer support and supporting the person that's either struggling or the person that's
wanting to enhance their recovery. Yeah.
It's all about support. That's what basically peers are, we don't, I don't know. It's just amazing what we do there. I don't know if there's,
I would say and you tell me if I'm wrong, and this isn't a hit on entities that have these things in place. I kind of understand it in some ways, but it's different than what we as people who have been in active addiction or even in recovery. You walk in the front door, there's someone sitting there, and there's almost a gatekeeper. You got to, fill out this or make an appointment or do that. You don't have that.
None of that. It's an open floor.
It is. Even the Yakima office is open.
Yeah, and you walk in, and you got this great team when you first walk in, and we're all very passionate about what we do there, And I think that's where it comes in. We have this team that is just
ready to go.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing you say this too, it's not one size fits all.
No.
It's what do you need?
Yeah.
What can we do to support you? And it doesn't mean you're going to hand them something, but you might know who could help them get the resources they need.
There's somebody that comes in that's a better fit for Monica, or even just to talk to Megan or Brandy. We have options, a lot of them, and then we have we have Tanisha now. We have Brent, who's a blessing. He's my work husband, 100%.
Awesome.
Like,
when I heard he was hired for the Yakima office, I'm like, oh, that's beautiful.
He's amazing. Yeah, he's got,
good.
If we bounce off each other down there in Yakima, and it just makes our relationship grow. It makes us grow as, as peer supports.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's good. All right, let's do another question. I think this is going to be really helpful for people out there. I hope someone that's needing hope, I think they're going to get through you sharing your own walk as someone who's really navigated the trudging, and now you're, if we say on the other side, you're 3+ years in recovery and you're managing the brand new Yakima office, which has taken off already. So that's really cool. I think this is going to be really helpful. So this is perfect. What message would you share with someone listening right now who feels stuck, hopeless, or unsure if recovery can work for them?
So I was looking at this question this morning. Actually, I was right before I got here. I just pulled over at up there at the 7-Eleven and kind of was looking over, and hang on, man. Like, just hang on. If you woke up today, you still have hope there. If you're reach out, try to find somebody to talk to, like, and if you're not a talkable person, maybe try a meeting, and we will, and like we say in the meetings, we will love you until you love yourself. And that is like huge in this Ellensburg recovery community. Like, just keep moving. Like, there is light at that end of that tunnel. I was one of those people that I never, through all the shame and guilt that we put on ourselves when we're in addiction, I would have never thought where I would be today. Never. There's not like, and it could be whatever you're going through, my mental health was at a super low point. I went, I tried suicide. I was overdosing. And all I can say is hope is there. Find it, grab it, and fucking hold on to it. Don't fucking let it go. Like, there's people out here that will love you.
Yeah. What do you think were the key? Because I'm kind of a realist. I like to, in my life today, I have these structures that are really important to me. I think you would agree that we do these things on a daily basis. Thinking back to your early days that have gotten you to this 3+ years and the roles you get to participate, those real early days, what was really helpful for you? When you kind of saw there was a little glimmer of hope, but it wasn't real bright, what did you do structurally that really helped expand that?
I would say it was first by going to meetings, honestly. Being a part of something. A lot of us struggle with that, and being able to walk, like taking walks, working on myself, like writing a journal. I used to journal a lot. I haven't done that in a long time.
Sure.
First to admit it.
It's all right.
But journaling, putting my problems on paper, and just starting a little goal list, and, whether it's just taking out the garbage every week or, waking up and reading a line out of your big book or reading a line out of a book anywhere. But just to, keep your head forward, man. Like, I don't know, there's, early in it was, I can say that I was blessed with being in behavioral health court, honestly. Like, they...
That gave you some structure.
Yeah. It gave me the resources. And that's what, I can sit here all day. We've talked about this, like, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what the other
Yeah.
person that's in addiction is going.
Talk about the resources. What were those resources that really helped you a lot?
A lot?
That you had access to?
Oh, geez. I would say the first one is going to Merit.
Okay.
You know, getting
counseling.
And then getting the comprehensive.
Counseling.
Also going through into the KCRCO, peer support. You know, having a friend group. Having a release, you know what I mean? That's the biggest thing for me, is having a release. Where can I unload my shit?
Yeah.
Like, because we all carry it. Where can I fucking unload this fucking thing that's on my back?
Because it doesn't go away.
No.
Right? It just starts to shift and evolve, but you got to have a place to let that out.
Yeah. You know, and like I said, I was blessed, you know, with my ex-wife letting me move in to her house, and, you know, a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah.
So let's find a way to give that to them, you know? And that's where we come in, like when we come into Peers Rising. That's what we try to do, is how can we fucking find this resource? What can we do to make this person's recovery a little bit more successful?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
We've talked about it a few times, something as simple as a roof over your head, even if temporary.
yeah,
A place
absolutely.
to sleep. And that was my goal for you. I remember it's like, God, if we can get this guy a bed and a shower,
yeah,
so that you can get to work. Because I remember John gave you that opportunity to work. And like, man, how was that? How did that feel to be able to at least know I've got a safe place to sleep?
absolutely amazing. You know, especially when you're, you know, living on the street, and, you know, that shower
Yeah.
is huge for a person.
Yeah.
Putting a pair of shoes on my feet
Yeah.
that fit my feet,
Oh. 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 Yeah.
you know, being able to change my clothes, that can change a person's
Yeah.
thoughts,
Yeah.
you know. And it's like, you know, and another thing is, like, you know, you see people out there struggling, you know, and then, you know, some people are like, oh, that's not my problem. Well, what until it's your fucking dad? What if until it's your kids?
Yeah.
And then you're like,
all of a sudden it's
yeah,
your problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, take the time out of the day. If you see somebody on the sidewalk, see somebody walking, you see somebody struggling, take the time to fucking talk to them. Sorry, cussing a little bit, but
It's okay. It's all right.
I'm a little passionate about it. Like,
I can have
you know,
that
like,
same. I always,
Give them the
my
time of
thing
day.
is
You
we
don't know if
say
you're saving
them like there's some other species. It's us.
Yeah.
It's our
us.
community.
That's
it's our
me.
people. Yeah, Yeah,
That's
I
me
do
out
that
there.
same thing. When I give trainings, I'm like, I show my before and after. I'm like, I'm them.
yeah,
When we're judging those people out there, that's me. That's you. Look at
Absolutely.
you now.
absolutely.
Because you got access to resources and that little bit of hope, and just boom, it exploded. And we don't, and I think the mission of the Peers Rising, and it was certainly mine, I know it's Brandy's, I know it's yours, you know, we've just got to provide that conduit, because I don't know when it's going to be your time. I can't have this marker like, well, if you're not doing this, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to have boundaries. Boundaries are important, healthy boundaries, but man, just providing a space and a conduit to allow someone to figure out their way.
Yeah, you know, give them that chance.
Yeah. Good. Okay. We've kind of talked about this a little bit. We're almost done. How you feeling? Has this
Feeling
been
good.
Good. Nice. Yeah. Everyone's always a little nervous, and then I show them the space,
Yeah.
and we're just talking to
Yeah.
each other, right? Screw the cameras and the
Yeah.
microphone. All right.
I'm not stroking out, though. That's good.
That's good. What skills or strengths have you discovered in yourself through recovery that you never knew you had?
I guess we'd start off with, you know, being a leader.
Yeah.
Being a leader.
Yeah.
You know, I never thought I would be in this position. You know, and it's, you know, Brandy said, like, I seen something in you.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I got to take what she said to me and work it into my recovery, and realize now I got to see that myself, you know. And then just I'm very focused focused, determined.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a present father now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, I get to see my kids every day. I get to tell them I love them every day. They're not wondering, you know, where dad is. You know, it's pretty fucking huge when you can, you know, I don't know. I'm trustworthy.
Yeah.
I'm trusting. I have a keyring that's freaking full of keys.
Yeah, right.
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
And I think my biggest, like, you know, I've said multiple times now, I'm passionate about what I do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm respected in the community.
Yeah.
I think
You are. Yeah.
you know,
That's
it's
super cool.
the transformation is crazy to me.
Mm-hmm. So you're a leader. You realize that, wow, you know, I don't think that was in your wheelhouse 3 years ago.
No.
Now you're a leader. You've been tasked with by Brandy, who we've had a couple conversations, more than a couple, about, you know, yeah, she's go forth. You're a father to your kids today. And again, I go way back. That's what I really keyed in on, that you had a strong desire, even though, you know, it was sullen. Your look was different. Your feel was different. I remember you saying, you know, in some way, shape, or form, you miss your kids and you want to be a better dad.
Absolutely.
And I want you to own, and I think you do, that here you are 3+ years later, you are a dad, you are a father to your kids. And that's huge. You know, being a father and a grandfather myself, and those important roles that we play, you have flipped that script, and that's powerful. And through that, right, when okay, my house is in order, right, and it's kind of been in tandem, you're also now leading others, mentoring others. Like, and the keys thing, this is a great thing. People in recovery will get this. You know, when we first I had one key that my sister hesitantly gave me to her house and said, basically, don't steal my shit. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Like, okay. And yeah, now I think a campus, I've got keys to multiple buildings.
Yeah.
And some people are like, so what? That's huge. Yeah. That's trust.
That means
trust.
something.
Yeah, that's trust on a level that you didn't have before, and now you do. And you've earned that. You know, and that's a really, really cool thing. But I think the most powerful for me is the father, to hear you say that. And then, of course, the work. Like, is it work? I mean, maybe some days, but it's passion that you get
Absolutely.
to put into what you do on a daily basis. And I'm so happy. Like, when I heard you were being hired, like, yeah, and you're leading the brand new Yakima office, which is taken off. That's like, that's gold. That's beautiful. So I think some of the best leaders are those who never thought they would be a leader.
Absolutely.
And that's you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I never thought I'd be where I'm at today.
Super cool.
But it's God's plan.
Yeah.
God's plan.
Yeah.
You gotta let him have it, and
Yeah.
just let him run with it. You can't control it.
Yeah.
You know, fall in line.
I always say, if I would have gotten all that I deserved, right? But look at what I've been given. You know, a life worth living, a family, just all of those things. And I think you would agree with that. And so,
if I had to walk through what I walked through to get where I'm at today, so be it.
yeah.
You know, I'm grateful, and I'm grateful and blessed, and you know, it's just all the feelings that you can get.
Yeah.
You know, when you come out of it, and let's get to the point.
This is good. Okay, let's wrap this up.
Well,
what's
already?
a question? Yeah, I think we're right on time. I bet you I'm going to guess when we're done, we're going to be at 45 minutes.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Yeah, pretty close. About 40 minutes. What's a question or questions you've always wanted to ask me?
What's your next big goal? What's your next big thing you're working on? Huh?
Well, so I just brought this up with my son again, just as kind of we were talking about career stuff. It is still in my brain to open a treatment center, but not like any treatment center we have. It would very much be modeled kind of in similar ways how I modeled, which really wasn't my model, but I put it into place in our community, like the KCRCO, now Peers Rising, where it truly treats people as individuals. If it goes how I would like to see it go, there's not going to be a time frame on how long someone stays or doesn't stay. There's actually there's one in Southern California, a friend of mine locally, her husband had went to where I think it's called Brian's House. I forget the name, if that's it or not, where you go and it's open-ended in that it's not 21 or 28 days. It's let's get you to a place where we can have some certainty or some confidence that you're going to be good to go. So like some people might stay 30 days, some people might stay 6 months. That's one idea. I also love the thought of a program I went to in early recovery. It was called the VOTE program. It was held at Pierce College in Tacoma. It was a 7-week program that was for people in early recovery. Most people would have just left inpatient treatment, and then you attend Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 for 7 weeks. And it was basically just like really lifting people up and giving them the tools they need to really solidify their new life in recovery, job skills. It's much kind of like the Peers Rising, KCRCO, but a 7-week intensive program. That was your job. That was my job for 7 weeks. You had one of 2 requirements to graduate. You see how I get excited talking about it? One of 2 requirements to graduate. And it was either a full-time job or you're in school or trade school, whatever kind of school full-time. That was it.
Wow.
And I ended up, when I was done, I had both. I was doing both. But the key thing for me that was powerful, I could find it on this bookshelf, but it was the self-esteem work. Every morning, that was the first thing we would start with. My very first affirmation somewhere in this room, and, learning to write positive self-affirmations, journaling about yourself in different ways, really flipping the script of my brain that was telling me I couldn't to I could. Mm-hmm. So there's kind of, what floats around in my brain. Right. I'm doing work on campus in different ways that really helps fulfill my love to mentor. That's kind of fulfilling that. But anyway, to answer your question, there it is.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There we go. Anything else?
Well, should we bring a little comedy in there?
Yeah.
Where do you get your forehead?
Oh, God. That's a Douglas thing. That is Douglas. And Tyler, who always likes to give me crap, he's ahead of me at 35. I'm 58. Yeah. In fact, if you watch Nate Jackson's Netflix comedy special,
yeah,
I'm in the credits at the end.
Are you?
He roasted my forehead. Oh, it was beautiful. It was good. There we go. There it is. Thank you for being on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
This has been great. I'd hug you. Well, we can hug.
We can hug.
Yeah, screw
Come
it.
on.
There we go. Bring it in. Screw the mic. There we go. Until next time, friends.